Praise be to Jesus. Today, the Holy Mother Church celebrates the feast of Saint Teresa of Avila. She was born in 1515 in Avila, Spain. Her father, Alonso, was a successful wool merchant and one of the wealthiest men in Avila. Teresa's mother was keen to raise her daughter as a pious Christian. Teresa was fascinated by accounts of the lives of the saints and ran away from home at age 7 with her brother Rodrigo to find martyrdom among the Moors. Her uncle stopped them on the road and brought them back home. When Teresa was 11 years old, her mother died. This prompted her to embrace a deeper devotion to the Virgin Mary as her spiritual mother. Teresa was sent to the Augustinian nuns' school at Avila. After completing her education, she initially resisted the idea of religious vocation, but after a stay with her uncle and other relatives, she relented. In 1536, aged much to the disappointment of her pious and austere father, she decided to enter the local easygoing Carmelite convent of the Incarnation. She took up religious reading on contemplative prayer. Her zeal for mortification caused her to become ill. Again, her zeal for mortification caused her to become ill again, and she spent almost a year in bed, causing huge worry to her community and family. She nearly died, but she recovered, attributing her recovery to the miraculous intercession of Saint Joseph. She began to experience instances of religious ecstasy. She reported that during her illness, she was in the stage of recollection and devotions of silence, or even to the devotions of ecstasy, which was one of perfect union with God. During this final stage, she frequently experienced a rich blessing of tears, and to distinguish between mortal and venial sin. She came to understand the awful terror of sin and became conscious of her own natural powerlessness in confronting sin and the necessity of absolute subjection to God. At this time, she received consolation from the writings of a great Saint Augustine who was once a sinner. Over time, Teresa found herself increase of the spiritual dissatisfaction among the 150 nuns living there, and the observance of cloister designed to protect and strengthen spiritual practice and prayer became so lax that it appeared to lose its purpose due to the daily visitors of many high social and political rank, disturbed the atmosphere with laughter and stupid conversation. So, this grieved Teresa because she longed to develop and sustain contemplative prayer, but it is disturbed. To solve it, she was supported by her spiritual advisor, Father Peter, a Franciscan priest. She resolved to found a reformed Carmelite convent, correcting the laxity which she had found at the Incarnation Convent. The ultimate preoccupation of Teresa's mystical thought, as consistently reflected in her writings, is the ascent of the soul to God in 4 stages. The first devotion of the heart consists of mental prayer and contemplation. It means the withdrawal of the soul from without. Penitence and especially the devout meditation on the Passion of Christ. The second devotion of peace is where human will is surrendered to God. The third devotion of union concerns the absorption in God. It is not only a heightened but essentially an ecstatic state. The fourth devotion of ecstasy is where the consciousness of being in the body disappears. Sensory faculties cease to operate. Memory and imagination also become absorbed in God as though intoxicated. This state may last as long as half an hour and tends to be followed by relaxation of a few hours of swoon-like weakness, attended by the absence of all faculties while in union with God. The subject awakens from this trance state in tears. It may be regarded as the culmination of mystical experience. Indeed, Teresa was said to have been observed levitating during Mass on more than one occasion. It has been thought that Teresa carried a portable statue of the child Jesus wherever she went. The idea circulated by the early 1700s. Teresa, who reported visions of Jesus and Mary, was a strong believer in the efficacy of holy water, claiming to have used it with success to repel evil spirits and temptations. She wrote, "I know from frequent experience that there is nothing which puts devils to flight better than holy water." Her final illness overtook her and died on the 15th in any case. Her last words were, "My Lord, it is time to move on. Well then, may your will be done. O my Lord and my spouse, the hour that I have longed for has come. It is time to meet one another." In 1622, 40 years after her death, she was canonized by Pope Gregory XV. She is the doctor of the Church. Saint Teresa of Avila, pray for us. Live Jesus.